because everybody wasn't bonding.
They wasn't gelling together. So as much as what you talk about Star and how that y'all was able to form a relationship and stuff, and I understand that, especially when you've been around a person for a while. So I don't know how long that you was around the master teacher, but I gotta ask you the question because I asked your husband. So what was your initial thought when he pulled his gym jank out and showed it? What was that? What did you think then? Like what? Like
The whole night was very uncomfortable. Like we were having spiritual baths, so my energy was towards that cleansing. And the funny part is, the person who gave me my spiritual bath was Syrian, and me and Syrian weren't getting along at that time either. Interesting that she was about to give me my spiritual bath. However, it comes time and we're talking, we're bonding, we're overcoming these things, we're connecting and stuff like that. And then Nature Boy walks in the room. I'm taking off my clothes first off. I'm taking off my clothes. He walks in, and my first thought is, why are you in here? This is my sacred space right now. You know what I mean? But I'm like, maybe he's the leader. Like, we don't have locked doors in this space. So I'm like, fuck yeah. I just stood there like naked, and he's looking at me, checking me out. I see it in his eyes that he's checking me out like that, and I'm like, okay, all right. Shaka's downstairs. I'm upstairs with the women. There's hella music playing. So in my mind, I'm like, if she gets worse, like, how do I handle this? Like, I know even if I scream, Shaka would not be able to hear me because the music's too loud. So I had to really be mindful about how I respond to this man, because I'm not trying to have him force himself inside of me. So I just stood there. I just let him do what he did. He left, and he comes in and out the room continuously throughout the night. And I'm just thinking, like, this man's wild. And then Mama Syrian tells me, basically, to sum up, she's like, do you know what's happening right now? And I'm like, I don't know. You tell me what you think. And she's like, you should be grateful in this moment because he's showing you this attention that he hasn't shown me before. She's like, this is a good thing. Like, you should be grateful for this. And in my head, I'm like, grateful? I have a husband downstairs. What you mean? I don't need this. And then it was time for me to get out, and I'm standing in there naked, and I'm waiting for someone to bring me a towel. And this is when he walks in. And this is the time he walks in and he pulls his junk out on me. And in that moment, I'm naked, very vulnerable, wet in the bathtub, and I'm scared because this man has been shown to show hella aggression. My husband's downstairs, and I know he won't hear me if I scream. Syrian has her head turned to the side as if nothing's going on, and I'm just sitting here like, and I know nobody's gonna help me, so I just stood there, and I was really praying that this man would not put his hands on me. That's it. I was really praying that he was like, leave. I just waited for him. I just stood there. I let him say what he had to say, and he left the room. And then I got out.
So do you think this is the way that he do all of the women, the way he exposed himself to you?
What? I'm gonna be so honest and say that same night, okay, he had them sucking on his thing, okay, like everybody that was in the room at the time. And I don't want to say no names, but everybody did it that was in that room, okay. And they did it because he's the Messiah, and if he says,
and because he got Eliana drunk. That was the whole point of the night. Let's get her drunk so he could turn up and expose his demons.
Also, when he get her drunk, then he can go and then
go buck wild. Yeah, that's the whole point of the 6 shots.
Oh wow! So I know. I mean, being that you and Shaka been together for a while, I know both of y'all was just sitting back like, what the fuck? Like, we trying to help y'all type of shit, and y'all want to turn up. Like, damn. So it's just supposed to be orgy.
Like, they didn't turn up. They turned on us.
Choice, right? He made it known that make the choice. He's like, people here don't follow what I say all the time, but that's on you. So we was like, okay, so fuck what you talking about? I'm be with my man. I've been here 3 years.
Yeah, he said it was a choice. So nigga, we made the choice that we gonna stick together. My nigga, keep it moving, my nigga.
And somebody told on us the next rising that we still slept in the same room together, and then so Nature Boy basically reprimanded my husband on it. And so because of that, Shaka's like, I'm tired of being attacked. I'm tired of this man trying to find reasons to break me down. So let me just go put myself on isolation, right? Go study like he
said I didn't know the knowledge.
Because we don't know the knowledge, and he put me on to study too. He's like, the only thing you need to be doing is studying. Fuck cooking, fuck anything else, just study. So that's why he put himself on timeout. And that's when I was like, bro, how we about to leave? Because I don't want to be here no more. This shit wild. This shit crazy. He's always trying to come for us. And that's what led to that, bro.
So out of all of the women, who were you close to the most?
Star, because Star came up. She was the only one that even expressed interest in me, right? She told me, Yeah, Star was really the only one that came out and really tried to learn me. Nobody else really did that.
I appreciate you, Goddess.
I'm grateful. Yeah, nobody else really tried to learn who I was. Only Star did. So that's why me and Star relationship when we was.
And they had us paired up with Star too from day one. They had us going to the park with Star like we was all a couple together. I was like, what the fuck is this, a setup? You know, so we was
That's kind of
first
wrong.
Star was the only one who was able to go with us.
That's because she had. That's because Star asked.
I thought she said they put her with us.
So out of all of the members that's there, you know, that you guys were around or that scene or whatever, who's the most thrown off in your opinion? Like, who just really ain't got it all? I mean, you noticed. I mean, what the fuck? Like, who throwed off like
out
that?
of the women, they all throw.
All of them throwed.
They all throw. I'm really trying to decide because I'm gonna be honest and say like Efru really is really about being the person that Nature Boy wants in a wife. Like even if it's not in her.
Why you say that?
She wants to make it her because.
Cause what?
Because like for example, right? I'll be honest, Malia could take it in her ass easy as hell. Like she could take that shit in her ass. So Efru can't take it that well, and Efru would say things like, "I wish I could take it like Malia takes it, so Baba G could, you know." But it's like, no, that's not for you, sis. That's for Malia. You got some shit up. That's why Efru is like
dancing.
that.
What you mean the dancing?
You know that dancing she be doing and all that stuff. You know all that stuff she be doing. You know, act like you don't know about that dance. You know how she be.
I got a lot of dancing videos. I got videos.
Damn. So she wanted to be able to take it like Malia took it in the Dookie shoot. And it's something that she mentioned to you that she would.
Well, it was a group setting that she had set it in, and I just happened to be present for it. So, yeah, she did say, "I wish I could be like that." And so I just realized that Efru really wants to just be
she wants to please him in every way.
That man. And that's I respect it. You know, please your God. That's you know. So that's why I looked at her like, that means you'll do anything. You'll do anything to be underneath that man, and I don't trust that. So, and then
comments.
Yeah, they did try to pit me against Aya in there. They told me I was trying to take Aya's place
because he moved you up in the rankings fast as shit.
He did. He moved me up. He made me a captain and stuff like that. But that was because he had his own agenda. But yeah, I feel like all of them women are crazy for different reasons. They all are crazy for a different reason.
If you could rescue anybody from being up under Nature Boy's control, what woman would you select that you just want to save, you know? I want to help her out. I hate it. Who?
Zoka.
Why Zoka?
Because she's pregnant, and it's for the child, because that child is being called a demon, and it hasn't even been given an opportunity to take a breath yet, and everyone's calling that child a demon and all this type of stuff. And in my heart, I'm like,
what they call what is Zoka over there doing?
Doesn't matter. If I
Zoka
choose,
over there being a demon.
Listen, if I had to choose, I would not choose Malia.
Zoka over there, big throwing hands. Big throwing bitches downstairs, dragging them. Zoka big fighting over there.
Okay, yes. However,
Zoka at home over there.
So every woman over there is at home, like all of them.
That's what she needs to be.
So they be knucking? They be knucking? They be knucking?
Zoka be doing what she want to do over there. Zoka's a female enforcer.
But they all are though. So if I had to choose, y'all told me to choose. Don't tell me to make a choice and tell me that's the wrong choice. The hell? That's my choice. Who would you save?
I ain't saving nobody.
First off, they don't want to be
got no
saved.
cape.
They don't
I ain't got no goddamn cape. She don't want to be saved. Don't save. Nigga, I ain't saving her. I ain't saving nobody.
I'm saying,
they better save their goddamn self. They walked over there as an individual. They better leave.
This is weird. I wouldn't imagine that Zoka be throwing people down the steps and stuff like that. Like,
oh.
While pregnant?
So basically
she doing the shit over there.
So have you seen Zoka become aggressive towards Sassy Solar? Like, was she like that to him, or was he a real stand-up guy like your husband? He's out.
No,
Solar put his hands. Solar put his hands on her. Solar put his hands on her. Like, period. I heard the whole thing. It was the same night he pulled his thing out on me. And Shaka and I, right after I got out my spiritual bath, I went into the room. The women got me dressed, pretty, everything. Shaka came upstairs. Nature Boy
Brought
Wash
me up.
up
No, he
upstairs.
brought me up there. Like, come on, I'm gonna
Mind
take
you.
you to go see your wife. She got clean, my nigga. She got clean for you. Go ahead. Now,
And
you
then
good.
so we're in there, and I'm telling Shaka exactly what just happened to me. I'm like, this man just did da 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 da. As I'm talking, all I hear is thump, and then I hear crying. Why would you do that to me? And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like what's going on right now? And I hear that more thumps and more slaps, and I hear, you know, so I say, you left me for him before, you do it again, and it's just like, dang, that's what's going on right now.
The nigga was in there punching holes in the wall and shit, screaming. All you hear was, "Mama, bitch, nigga." Nigga, we like, God damn, should we save her or not? We was like, fuck it, man, you bitch.
I think I would have had the same tone as what Shaka got, to be honest with you, because like when you see people in my comments and they laughing and stuff, they're not laughing at the physical abuse. They're laughing because this is stuff that they're trying to keep away from us, and y'all are just talking about it. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all don't know that shit.
So yeah, I just want to also
we
say
lived it,
that
so we can laugh
we
about
lived
it.
this. This is my experience. So I can laugh as much as I want to on how I felt about my experience. People coming in here talking about why y'all think it's funny. It's
Right.
not funny.
So with that being said, we take this shit how we want to. We ain't taking this shit to the heart, because at the end of the day, it was just an experience, and we gained what we needed from it, and we're gonna keep it moving, and we took what was necessary for us.
And everyone made a choice there. You know, they're continuously making choices to stay with people that do that to them. And so at the end of the day, like we always say, when Nana was getting beat on July 4th, I felt like, one, yes, we all did beat her because we all did stand there and watch it happen. So I felt like I beat her to that day. And I apologize for that. However, at the same time, I have to be smart and say, if I was to help this girl right here in this moment, and she went back to this man, I'm gonna get in trouble because I stepped into something that I wasn't supposed to step in on. And that's the same way I felt about, you know, what was going on with Zoka and Solar in the closet. Because I'm like, she's probably gonna stay with him. So nothing I do right now is really gonna affect her choices. She's still gonna go back, and it might happen again. However, I'm putting myself at risk for harm for somebody who's not going to even be grateful for that. You know what I mean? So I will help people who want help. So if somebody were to say, help me, I'm a help you. But if you're not asking for help, then that's the choice you make, and that's the situation you want to be a part of.
Do you feel like that despite anyone not asking you for help, that one of the women could have possibly used your help to get away from that abusive situation?
Absolutely. But at the same time, I also feel like they want to be there. Like in my head, everyone that's there right now genuinely wants to be there, and they're willing to go through all that crazy shit to be there. Like, period.
They grown
until they're ready to leave, until they're completely ready to let go of that, no one can help them. No one, until they're completely ready, and they have to make it known. Because I've been in a situation similar to those women where a man put his hands on me, and people tried to help me, and I went back and made it worse. So it's like, when you're really ready, he'll let us know.
Same way Mente and all the motherfuckers.
Same way Syrian hit me up and let me know that she needed help. They'll let us know. They'll find a way.
So was there ever a time where the option was brought up with you getting your ass in the closet too? Like, was that ever an option?
I mean, no, not in the closet. They did put me on, like I had to study.
Isolation.
It was like the day before I left, though. They put me on, I had to strictly study because I was cooking in the kitchen. I was also on bathroom duty, cleaning toilets and whatnot, and they had to say, like...
We was all the janitors.
Right.
So what was
Nature
Boy's job? Did he clean up anything or do anything?
He was God.
Nature Boy's job was to tell everybody else their job.
He was God.
Nature Boy's job was eating.
He was the Messiah.
Nature Boy was catered.
Nigga.
He didn't even bathe himself.
He was the president.
He don't even bathe himself. That's how much he does. He don't even bathe himself. Someone else bathes him. It's all right, like, that's cool, but
that's the environment he created for himself. So at the end of the day, those who went there, they do that.
Right.
So it was only the experience. That's what y'all went for. Because I mean, y'all got your own place. Y'all stay in stuff like that.
Into it, but when
they steady going to the tropics.
Shaka,
so I'm like, let's just get to the tropics. Let them pay for my flight to the tropics. And once we get there, we can find our own space and go from there. That's how I looked at it. I was like, this is my opportunity to elevate myself through this. Because he said they keep telling us to stay, and I was like, fuck it, like we can use this opportunity to get to where we want to be in the tropics. And that's how I looked at it. That's why I was like, let me be all 100%. Let me play my part. Let me make sure they think I'm really into this. But at the end of the day, I was already going to leave. we had money set aside. That's how you know we had a plan B, because that wasn't our last stop. I was not trying to be there for a long time, and neither was he, really.
Period.
So let me ask Shaka, did the other members, did they have money? I mean, like, or was it just like they had to be dependent upon the combination just to exist?
Yeah, nobody has their own money. Like, everyone.
There was a couple people that had, well, they didn't have their own money. They came there with their own money, but you know, they had to give it to the pot, like to the community. If he's taking care of all the food, there was no need for you to have no money. If you don't got to grocery shopping and you just wake up and there's food ready for your ass, what you need money for? And
I wouldn't give a damn if you told me I could spend a night over there for 3 days, bro. I still got to have my own shit. I eat
wasn't coming
stuff.
for the night though. They was coming there for a lifetime. And they might be there for a lifetime until they go bad to where they gotta go. But until he tell you gotta go, but in their mind they come in there. That's a family bond to them. That's why they all in it together.
Oh, and I gotta ask you that too, because your husband spoke about on Sybil's treatment towards y'all child. So did you notice that she was acting differently towards your child, and if so, why?
So the first time I noticed anyone treating my child different was we was having a meeting one day, and baby boy had reached towards her dress or whatever she was wearing at the time, and she pulled it away very harshly.
It was during a meeting too.
During a meeting, she pulled it harshly. She made a weird face, and I looked at her like, what? So I grabbed my child and I moved him. Like I said, we was in a meeting, so I couldn't leave. My child was trying to, explore, but after that, I was like, I moved him away, and Star's the one who said, I had to speak up right now. She interrupted the meeting. She was like, and then she addressed Sybil's behavior. And everyone was like, yeah, that's nasty. They addressed her about it and everything. But in that moment, I was like, I'm just going to keep my baby away from you. Period. Like, you don't get to be around my baby no more.
So I think that, okay, because you were present, I don't know if you was about to go to sleep or whatever when I first started talking to him, but she did make mention of the lie. She said that y'all were having sex on the floor in the kitchen. Now, when you got to that part in the book, what did you think about that? Because your husband said y'all wasn't on no floor in the kitchen and stuff.
No, we was in the bed in the room,
yeah,
in the middle, and everybody was around us.
I don't remember reading anything about the kitchen part.
I didn't see that either.
Now I'm really processing now. Now I'm having a response, because I'm like, that never happened.
Yeah, because when I seen you talking to her, I was like, damn, she was just talking cash shit about you. Now you talking to her. So like, I was just trying to figure it out.
When I read that whole book, I laughed because her perception of me was wrong from jump. Like she said in her book, I pulled my titties out just to flash into Nature Boy. And it's like, clearly you've never had a child before to understand what it means to breastfeed. Like, I'm going to pull it out when he wants to eat, period. And it's not about him. It's about my child. So already from jump, she thought I was on some real goofy shit. So after that, I just read her book with pure humor because she doesn't know me. So she has a very subjective view of who I am. And so when I read it, she had a lot to say about me. Like, the whole time she thought I was going after Nature Boy. That's how I felt about it.
So did it appear like that she was in fact wanting to be with him, or something like that or whatever? Because that's what I get out of the book. Like the book was basically.
She was all in. She was over there ready to do whatever everybody else was ready to do.
Well, let her tell her she wasn't wanting to do nothing. The Nature Boy was just smacking her on her butt and stuff like that or whatever. So
listen. You know what's funny? One of the first nights I was there, like Chaka said, he bought wine and stuff like that, right? We was having a good night. And I remember Nature Boy walking in the room, grabbing Sybil by her hair. I can see Sybil giggling too as he does it. He's pulling her by her hair out the room, right? And then she comes back a few seconds later. And he comes back in and he smacks her ass, and she's still giggly. So I'm thinking, like, this girl is loving this attention, as any woman there would if they was getting that type of attention. I think she wanted it. She thought she was going to get there and have a relationship like with Nature Boy, like a real tight relationship, just them two, like on some monogamous shit, or maybe just them and Eliana. But she was definitely all for it. She definitely wanted that man, and she's hurt. She's hurt.
So,
and don't want her back.
So when Shaka was saying that people was coming to the entryway of the door and stuff because y'all were having sex, and I don't know why they thought that was that exciting. You see what I'm saying? Because people have sex or whatever. So did Sybil enjoy that too? Did she come in there and take a little peek or whatever? I mean, like,
Sybil was in the hallway all night. I was laying in the bed waiting for the shit to go down, and she kept coming. I'm thinking that she was my wife all night. She kept coming in the room. Nigga, I'm like, bitch, go get my wife so we can get the show on the road.
So,
It took 2 hours. It took her 2 o'clock in the morning to come in the room.
yeah. So
I had everything prepped, the music ready, everything, nigga. Everybody in the house knew it was something going down.
What?
That night, the women were talking for a long time, and that night, actually, I'm new. Like, this is probably like the first day or second day we actually officially joined, and the women were talking, expressing their experiences about life, and I'm just listening because I had nothing to add in that moment. And I remember Sybil stopping the conversation, saying, Azine, you're being a vampire right now. Why aren't you engaging in this conversation? And I'm like, because I have nothing to say in this moment. Like, I feel like I'm just learning y'all and just absorbing this information, yada, yada, yada. And she was like, nah, you're a vampire. You need to leave. And I was like, cool.
But
and
she was the vampire the whole time.
And that's when Sheba was like, tell us, why are you here, right? And I told him, I'm just here to, like, learn. Like, I don't know your knowledge, so teach me. You feel me? And so after a few minutes of that, I was like, I'm tired, because it was like 2 a.m. And I'm like, I'm going to go to bed now because y'all are going to keep going, and I'm tired. So then that's when
I've been waiting for this movie to be shot since 11.
Right. Wow. So did she give off? I mean, Azine, was she giving off that kind of energy? Like, yo, I just want to fuck your man. Like, did you feel that shit? Like,
I never got that from her. She didn't like me. She was disgusted with me, like she said in the book. She was like, nigga, this nigga want to be Baba G. Nigga, fuck him. That's how she treated me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Damn.
That's how all of them treated me, though, until we left. And then after that, they bing, bing,
no,
bing,
but
bing,
what I realized, having to talk to people who have left, wink, that at the end of the day, they all were playing a part. They were just playing their roles. So a lot of them probably didn't want my husband, but they couldn't express that because that would be a whole other type of.
They would have got
their ass. I tell you, there's people there. There's people there that's lying. They wanted my man's, but they will never admit it in front of that man. So yeah.
Oh.
So you said they went in front of him.
Yeah, but
they have admitted
they were to leave and they weren't engaged.
But they haven't. You saying they have admitted it because you made what's the wink thing?
Because there's people that have left that were there who expressed that they didn't want Shaka, but as soon as they left, and I've had a conversation with them, it was like, well, I did have thoughts of you, and it's like,
oh, you got me all the way fucked up, stoners.
What?
Talking about, isn't he talking about my hairline all the way still back?
They already gone. They already gone. They already gone. Mine do that a little bit too. I'm 42, so mine do that a little bit too, but it ain't no thing. It's all good. It's all good. I ain't worried about that.
Hey, my shit coming back. Y'all got me fucked up.
Oh, you to the good. You to the good. That's a troll. That's a hater. Don't even worry about them haters, man. We don't pay them no attention. They tune in too. That's all right. Yeah, they got to make a troll account now, like Babaji do to them and shit. It's all right. We ain't worried about that stuff.
You gotta let me back in on Instagram. You kicked me out this morning, my nigga.
I got you.
Yeah, you gotta let me tell your people. You got your team. Tell them let me back. I gotta get back in. I need to get in over there.
On YouTube, right?
Yeah, you kicked me out this rising.
I got you. It was the food channel. I'll get the food channel together. So when you were there, were you fixing food there for them? Like, because they don't look like they can cook shit over there.
He trusted me to cook for him because I didn't cook, but like once or twice the whole 2 months I was there. I think he was really thinking like, nigga, this nigga, like the first time I met him, he asked me you coming here to kill me? You coming here to kill me? Like, nigga, nah, I ain't coming here to kill you. Nigga, I'm coming here to fuck with you. What the fuck I come out here to kill you for? What the fuck you done to me?
He thought you were going to put something in the beans, did you? You going to put something in the beans?
Yeah, he thought I must was going to do something to his food because he said it one day to one of them. And I just kind of like, okay, well, fuck it then, nigga. What the fuck am I here for? You got Michael Jordan, nigga, but you got him on the bench. Nigga, what the fuck you need Michael Jordan on your team? I'm going to find me a team to play on. Or I'm going to play on my own team, nigga. And so that's how it was for me, man. I was just more so like I was Michael Jordan over there, and they had me on the All-Star bench.
So aside from just the people that come, how in the hell is he getting his money, man? Like, why everybody just, staying in these big ass Airbnbs and shit? I done looked him up now.
He definitely is fearful of people trying to push.
Man, listen. When I was there and they put me on the finance team, I'm gonna just tell y'all we collected about $189,000 within the 2 months that I was there.
$189,000.
You heard what I said. I didn't get the calculations wrong. I was a part of the finance team. I knew every dollar coming in, every dollar coming out. I knew how to create money, get it, and do it, and I knew how to help them get it. And so we got it. That's what happened. They balling over there. Y'all think they broke? Y'all crazy. They ain't asked for a donation in how long?
Wow.
nothing though, nigga. They probably got they probably got about $2,000, $3,000 a month just in EBT.
They made everybody apply.
Just in EBT, my nigga. What you mean? You got 20 people on EBT? Nigga, that's $3,000 in EBT every month. What you need to be hungry for?
On the EBT.
When you got $100,000 and $189,000 in cash, what you need money for?
Now, see, Mama Zine don't want you to say too much. Now, I don't want you to get in trouble. So Mama Zine looking at you now. She's like,
you saw that shit? She looking like, damn nigga, you give me
right. I ain't trying to get you in trouble. So I'm gonna leave that alone. That's enough. I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna ask about the EBT.
They balling on that EDD, you feel me? They balling on that EDD.
Hey man, listen. Hey. It's more than one way they get money. I'm gonna just tell y'all that. It ain't just one way, nigga. It's a lot of ways, nigga. EBT one, fucking EDD one, nigga. You can call it BET, nigga, ABC. They getting it, nigga. However everybody else is getting it, they getting it, nigga.
The whole damn alphabet going on over there.
Now I know what EBT mean, but did he say EDD? What's that?
Unemployment benefits, like California is called I know Cali has Cali EDD.
So that's what's going on now.
I didn't even need you to leave because Shaka will tell it all.
Hold on, because I got questions too. Say, is True really about that action, or is his marble ass eyes got malformed?
True about that action, my nigga.
He about that action?
No, he not. He ain't about that shit. True over there, soft as motherfucking cotton. Man, he sat me and Boomy down one day, was like, man, I think y'all feel some type of way about my wife. Me and Boomy looked at this nigga like, man, if you don't go sit your punk ass down and chill out, nigga, we here to help you. We don't want your stanky ass wife.
What did you say? Oh, True. Oh, yeah, True did think. Not true.
Hey, me and Boomy looked at that nigga like he was crazy. Like, I looked at Boomy like, this nigga got to be out his rabbit ass flying to bring us out here.
What the fuck? So then the next question is,
Boomy down there was like, hey, y'all want my wife. Which one? Y'all giving her too much energy, my nigga. Which one of y'all want my wife? Nigga, we don't want your wife.
damn, she looked like Arsenio Hall. I don't think nobody want her ass. Shit.
No.
In my personal opinion.
What do you do? Ooh.
Right. I mean, like, come on, True, stop playing, man. So my other question somebody asked, right? They was like, yo, was the men in the room too with everybody, or was it just all of the women? You know what I'm saying? They just chilled together. Was the men in there too? Because they always look like they by themselves.
No, women and men, when we were there, weren't allowed to mingle, really. When we were in California, the women were in the back, the men were in the front. When we were
I've seen all, I'm trying to figure out the rules and shit. Ain't nobody telling me shit, so I'm just kind of peeping everybody. I see the niggas wearing tank tops, so shit, nigga, I go throw me a tank top on, nigga, you know what I'm saying? And they just like, no, put a shirt on. You go ahead.
I want to comment on Sybil's book. She talked about how Nature Boy pulled her aside and said, you want to fuck Shaka? That's when up until that point, I didn't realize that Nature Boy was really that threatened by Shaka. I knew he was threatened, but it was like, damn, he was accusing everybody of wanting Shaka. Like, literally, we had meetings of him accusing everybody.
Nigga, for days, though.
Shaka.
It's not just for one, nigga, it's for days, 4 or 5 days straight, nigga.
Literally,
11, 12-hour days, just sitting there, nigga, just drilling, nigga. Say it. Do it.
Literally, one of the times.
Say it, Azim. Say it. Go ahead and say it now. Let Shaka go. Let Shaka go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go now. Let him go.
Literally, one of the times Malia ran away because she ran away. She ran away once when we were there. Attempted twice, but one time she ran out the house is because Nature Boy was pressuring her about how she wanted Shaka.
She was checking my chart. Remember, she kept asking about aspects of my chart. He like, why the fuck you worried about this nigga chart? Why is you reading this nigga chart? Why is you want this nigga? And she was just like, nah, I just seen something in there that I wanted to expose to everybody. He was just like, nah, nigga. So she just like, fuck it. She like, I'm out. I can't take it no more, nigga. She stormed out the door, grabbed her plate. Nigga, he said, leave my phone. She left, grabbed her phone and left. Nigga left. He was like, oh, the bitch got my phone. Man, he sent a search team out for her, nigga. She was gone. She couldn't find her for like a day.
Sent a search team?
13. Loyal, all them niggas. Go find her.
Listen, Pisces was the first one out the door. Pisces was the first
had to
one
go
out
get
the
his
door.
girl.
He was like, where my girl at? Where'd she go? She can't sleep out here by herself.
So let me ask you, so which men which man or warrior was around Nature Boy the most? Now, I know Loyal was like the handmaid servant and stuff like
Yeah,
that, housekeeper.
Loyal was right there with him. Everything. Loyal know all the secrets. Loyal
Loyal
know
dude.
Hey,
everything.
Loyal know all the secrets because Loyal is the one. If Nature Boy says go fetch me this woman, he's the one going to go fetch the woman.
She had that plate though.
So Nature Boy, I mean not Nature Boy, Loyal definitely knows all the secrets. Like that man has all the secrets. Because he's the closest one. He is the closest one. Then the next closest would have to be True and Musa because they're on 18.
They're on the finance team. They
They're
handle
the
the
captain.
money.
So once it goes past Nature Boy Loyal, you would have to talk to them too before it even gets to Nature Boy. You know what I mean? So yeah, them three are the closest ones to Nature Boy.
So Tron wasn't there though when y'all was there, right?
Yeah.
Tron was in the
Tron, how Tron was acting?
Tron long self. I felt so bad for that boy. He was in the damn laundry room.
Man, he put that nigga in the laundry room.
And he's tall. That laundry room was like this big.
Yeah, motherfucker in the closet. I said,
Like,
boy.
I know for sure that man was.
And they was running the motherfucking the dryer, the washing machine.
Yeah, we were still doing laundry. Laundry
They
was
said,
hot.
so that motherfucker hot. Nigga, he in there like, fuck it. I gotta face myself. Nigga, you don't get your ass out this closet. What this nigga said.
Yeah, the face of demons, didn't he? God, what the fuck, man? This shit is crazy. Like I don't. So a grown ass man. So what was your opinion of that, Azim? When you seen a grown ass man letting him, in the closet?
I got compassion. Like I had so much compassion in the house for these people. I'm sitting here thinking, like, first off, he got you in a closet. You're about 10 feet tall in about a 2-foot wide room. Like that's not even cool. I felt bad then. Cause I would try to open the door, put laundry in, but I hit his feet. Like that shit hurt. Like I was like, this sucks. Like this is really sucky.
Yeah, or one day, nigga, cause he asked the nigga, he said, I was like, man, we need to let him out. So we brought him in the room and everything. And this nigga said something under his breath. Man, we had just ordered fish, shrimp tacos for everybody. Nature Boy, like, you and Boomy eat this nigga tacos. Put that nigga back in the laundry room. I was like, damn.
Yeah. And then on top of that, there was this one time, when Nature Boy gets drunk, it's a really high or it gets a really low. And one day he was drunk and he took us out to the beach. That's a whole other story. And we come back to the house and first he goes to his room. We all get in bed and then he comes out.
Well, before that though, he told us, when you get in the car with him, you go anywhere with him. What happens in the car stays in the car. So a lot of niggas was confiding into me when I first got there, telling me all this shit was going on, nigga shit. So I was like, well, shit, this shit gonna stay in the car then, nigga? He like, nigga, whatever has stay in the car. So nigga, I told everything. Everybody confided in me, nigga. I'm like, nigga, this nigga that told me this. I'm like, letting you know, like, nigga, they look up to me, nigga, they trust me, nigga, with their information. He did not like that shit. So I'm coming to him like as a real nigga, like, look, yo, niggas is looking at me like I'm that nigga, like I'm coming to let you know, like, nigga, like you got a lot of work to do with these niggas so they can get on the same page with you. Because if not, nigga, a nigga like me could easily, in my mind, step in and take over the whole operation. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I'm like, get your cap together, nigga. Holla at your boys on the side. But when he did that, this nigga came back and man, he came back and got at them niggas so cold. You's a bitch, nigga. You.
Yeah, so he comes to
all
the
the
house.
females too, nigga. He was like, y'all some hoes. Oh, y'all some bitches. Y'all some hoes. You know, they put every one of the females in the closet.
So he comes in the house, he's yelling at us all. Mind you, saying, I don't trust none of y'all, never y'all don't fuck with me, showing us his true feelings. Talking about he's talking about fuck y'all don't fuck with me like that, stuff like that. And then we're all setting at attention, mind you. All of us is listening to this man go off on everybody for no reason. He's just going off on everybody.
Like 4 hours.
And so we're all sitting there. We don't know if we should sit down or move because we don't know when he's gonna finish this, right? And at one point there was a pause. And we're all still sitting there, except he decides to point out I am Malia and Ephraim in that moment and say, why y'all still looking at me?
No, he was like, why y'all still here? Y'all don't
Oh, yeah,
serve me.
why
y'all
y'all
don't
still
do
here?
shit for me.
Y'all don't
Get the
still-
fuck out. Like, leave.
But no, he was also like, why y'all still standing at attention? He was like, why y'all still standing at attention? And I'm thinking, like, I'm standing at attention too, but like everyone here is. But he was
told
like,
them to leave. Remember, he was like, get the fuck out
yeah,
of my face.
he said, get out my face. He started calling them all types of hoes and bitches and sluts. And I'm sitting here like, first off, if anybody, you made them this, okay? This is your fault. He's talking about you guys bounce around from man to man. And it's like, damn, you did this to them. And they're just standing here taking it. And I'm thinking, like, this is sad. Like, these women really are just accepting this from this man. And then he makes them go stand and face the wall for 2 hours. And in my head, I was like, fuck out of here. Like, I wish he would try to call me a hoe this slut make me go sit in the closet for 2 hours after he done tossed me around. Like, he's the one who did this to me, you know? So I was like, y'all crazy. Like, this is crazy to me. I was like, I would not, if he ever came at me like that, that's definitely.
So what happened when he put the girls in the closet?
Well, you know, Efru faced the wall. Like, she did her job. Malia did her job, I guess. Aya was in the closet, you know, then dancing and twirling around and doing her own thing.
Aya not giving a fuck.
Aya's like, fuck this staring at the wall for 2 hours shit, right? And then Efru gonna say, you know, if Baba G was in here, you wouldn't be doing that. I'm gonna go tell him after we get off the wall. And it's like, damn, shorty, where's your loyalty to your sister? Like, that's why I was like, these girls, this whole house is.
Hey, the whole house, there was no loyalty for nobody, man. I picked them niggas apart, separated them, and put them back together so many times.
So why did Sybil try to make it seem like
them was my niggas there?
so why Sybil make it seem like Aya was the snitch?
No, because she was a snitch. She had to take it off her.
Aya snitch, Malia snitch.
They all snitch when they want to get to that dick, nigga. They gonna snitch to get to that dick. Nigga.
Let me tell you. Can I tell y'all a story? Can I tell y'all a story quick about how every person in the house is snitch? So tell me why. I'm from Cali, right? We got beautiful beaches down there in Southern California. Beautiful beaches. So now we're in Vegas, right? And they're like, we're going to go to the beach today. I'm like, there ain't no beaches in Vegas. I've been to Vegas. And there's only one lake in Vegas. And that lake is not cool to me. To me, it's not. I don't like that lake. So then we all get in the car. Everyone's excited. We get there. And I was like, yup, we at the exact beach I knew we was going to be at. And so when we get out the car, we go to the beach. I'm like, this beach is pathetic. And yeah, I was like, this beach is pathetic. And Syrian heard me, and Mama Sheba heard me, and I think Star heard me, and Honor. And they was like, wow, don't do that. Like, you should be grateful. And I was like, you're right. I should be grateful. Let me just be all in this experience, right? Fast forward, the day goes, yada yada yada. Nature Boy's off away with the women, with, you know, the usual women, Velvet, Aya, Malia, Ephraim. And Syrian's over there with Mente too, and they're like, Zian report, and I'm like, oh shit, what's about to happen? I never get called reporter before, so I ran over there, and they're like, so you think this beach is pathetic? And I was like, who told? In my head, I'm like, which one was it? Syrian owned up, it was her. So I'm thinking like, y'all really can't hold water for nothing. Like, all I said was that it was pathetic because I'm bougie and I know what an actual beach is supposed to look like. This ain't a beach. This is like this is a rocky lake.
My nigga, you would have thought we was at the motherfucking goddamn Disneyland the way they saw that water. Like, right. Goddamn, nigga, mama, yeah! We in the water! These niggas ain't been no goddamn
like,
where.
Y'all done been to
These niggas ain't been nowhere.
No. Look. They've been to hella countries. You feel me? Close to beautiful places with beautiful water.
Yo, Nico, what's happening, bro?
I'm like, this is a little pathetic to me. I'm used to, you know, San Diego type of sun. This ain't it, you know. So they told on me, and I had to get a whole lecture about that in that moment. And that's when I really found out Syrian didn't like me either. Mind you, I had my husband's name saved in my phone as my chief before I got there, and I never changed it. So one time, you know, he called me, and she happened to see it pop up, and she told me for that too. She's like, oh yeah, by the way, she got his name saved as my chief in her phone, and I think that's disrespectful because you're the chief. And I'm like, it's not even like that, bro. It's not even, he's my husband. Like, it's not even like that. And I had to change it in that moment because I'm tired of being talked to. Like, come on, man, this is wild. Y'all, shit. I can't even breathe. I can't even breathe with these people. That's how I can't breathe with y'all because y'all gonna take my breath and then sabotage it, try to suffocate me with my own words. Fuck this.
So you was ready to go the day that you got there?
What? I wanted to help. That's about it. I knew that, like I said, I knew that wasn't going to be a place that I could be for long because there's just too much craziness on the internet. And I've had my experiences there because we went there when they were in Mexico and Palenque. We were there for like 6 days. And so, like I said, the only reason why I decided to stay is because they could get me to the tropics. Why not? Let's see what this experience holds for me. Like, that's how I saw it. And I'm like, I don't have to spend any more of my money. Like, they're keeping me sheltered. They're keeping me clothed, and I'm fed. So I was like, we can still stack up because we're still getting. I mean, yeah.
That shit, so really, we taking care of your goddamn self.
You right. You got me better. Correction. I supported myself. You right.
We all supported that nigga. Everybody taking care of him.
Yeah.
That nigga $1 to the table.
So going back to the thing with the EBT and stuff like that or whatever. So with the EBT cards. So being that people participated in, you know, helping with the EBT. So who held all these cards and stuff? Because I know that
the finance team.
Well, in particular, True got a whole fanny pack with all the cards in
But
it.
that's because he's on the finance team.
But yeah, the finance
four
team.
of us.
Yeah, the
It
finance
was
He
team.
got a fanny pack. He got a fanny pack. True
It was
dude.
True and Musa was on the finance team. Then when me and Boomy came, we came with bread, so he put us on the finance team
Right.
immediately. He kicked Solar off and told Solar he don't even fuck with him. Like, nigga, if I had to pick a group right now, you wouldn't even be in it, nigga. And he put me in the group, and he just told them niggas, like, look, nigga, he picked the whole starting lineup there. Like, nigga, if I had to go with the niggas who really fucking with me, it was a lot of niggas that was there for a long time that didn't make that group.
Right.
And they was
So-
hurt because new niggas made the group.
So when you say when Boomy came, so like he always got this thing where he want everybody to upload a video. So why Boomy wasn't on the camera? He was there. He was just what was he doing? Just twiddling his thumbs and sitting in the corner like what was going on with him?
Nature Boy went back and forth. For a while, it was like don't make any content. You know, for a while.
Yeah,
it
because
like,
that was
don't
when he
make
first got out of
videos.
Hawaii. We was all in LA, and we didn't want nobody to know where he was at, so nobody got on camera.
So it was definitely for a while. It was don't make content. Then it was like then he made it like couple up, and then that was like post content as couple. So that's why for a while it was like don't do anything, and then it's like make sure you post videos, and then it's like don't go live. So that's all it was.
Oh wow. Well, hey man, I appreciate you. I mean, explaining all this because I would have never knew. I mean, now I know, but I didn't know all of this stuff right here. This is amazing, and I'm glad that you was with your king because if you wouldn't have been with him, I think that you might have been subject to what the other women went through in Carbon Nation.
I totally agree because and this is where the manipulation comes in when it comes to astrology. Because he reads your chart, he sees your strengths, and he will see your weaknesses. And one of my shortcomings in my life is not asserting myself in situations because I don't like confrontation. So I'm going to do what I can to avoid confrontation with people. So when I do get into a situation, I get nervous and I get how do I handle this now? I have to go back in my mind and really figure out how I want to handle it. So yeah, when all that stuff was going down, I knew that he was using my weaknesses against me. He knew that I'm a type of person who's going to be closed-mouthed about situations. I'm not going to really stand up for myself in situations, which is why he felt comfortable enough to do that to me when I have a husband right downstairs. You know what I mean? So, and then I'm like, this is my test right now. Am I going to stand up for myself, or am I going to let this man, control me?
Wow.
And I realized when he was coming in and out the bathroom on me that he was really trying to play me against myself. So I had to really dig deep in myself and really stand up, which is why I even had I had a meeting with him. Like, you're foul for what you did. I told him, like, you're disrespectful, and I was scared. I was trying to eat. I almost threw up that rising. So I was so scared about this conversation I was about to have with this man. Like, I was so scared. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I was about to shit myself. So when it came down to it, I was like, bro, I'm just gonna say it. Like, you're disrespectful. Like, and he was laughing, trying to joke, and I was like, this isn't funny to me. Like, you're disrespecting me in my relationship, and I don't like it.
And he just stood there and looked at you when you were naked like it wasn't nothing. Just
Bro, the man was biting his lip, like doing all types of shit. Like,
but after that, was it not weird being around him, being that he exposed himself to you?
yes, like literally, it happened that night. We went to bed, and the next rising, the first message I see when I rise is him texting me. He texts me the next rising, talking about how do you feel, and I'm like, I know he feeling guilty. I know he feeling type of way because he don't know how I'm really gonna respond. So I was like, all right. I said, I feel a type of way. And he said, do you want to have a meeting? And I said, yes. So he comes downstairs and I take this opportunity to just express myself. Like, think what you did was fucked up, yada, yada, yada. And he going to tell me he likes me, all this crazy stuff. And I'm like,
what did he tell you? Nigga, don't leave all that out. Nigga, that's what they here for.
Okay, well, he was telling me that he likes my skin complexion. He likes my skin complexion more than he likes Eliana's skin complexion. He's like, you're more my type than her. He was like, I've been attracted to you, and make sure you keep this between you and me. He's like, I just don't want to lose my daughter. He said, I don't want to lose my daughter. I'm like, well, this is why you talking to her right now, because you want to make sure I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Mind you, I already told my husband the night before, and I already told him that I'm in this meeting with you, so he knows I'm here. Like, he's aware of everything.
But Nature Boy don't know that.
But Nature Boy doesn't know that I already told my husband. He thinks I'm keeping this a secret still, which is why we're having a conversation. And then my husband walks into the room because he went to grab something out the corner, and then he leaves, and then that's when Nature Boy was like, go get him. Tell him to come back. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go get him. I bring him back in the room, and Nature Boy switches up the whole tune. Like, nah, we was talking about y'all's relationship, knowing damn well that's not what we was talking about. But I let him continue. I was like, whatever, like, let him say what he has to say. When the meeting was over, I told Shaka the facts. Like, that's not what it was. He told me he liked me and all this other fuck shit. And at that moment, we was going on another event for the day, like, back to that same little, you know, pathetic little bitch or whatever. Or skating. So I was like, trying to, you know, figure out how do we want to leave, because I don't want to cause a scene. I don't want to make it into something.
Another question for you. So did that make it easy for you to leave?
So that's what I'm about to get into. It's not easy to leave because, one, like I said, you got like 25 people in that house, and all of them are gung-ho for this man. So if you do cause a scene, you feel me, they're going to have his back.
And they're going to call a meeting for everything. So
and
if you try to leave, it's going to have to be a meeting. And ain't no telling how long that fucking meeting going to be.
And I did remember mentioning to him, like, you're being very disrespectful to Velvet and stuff like that. But he didn't care. And I was like, if we're going to have a meeting, he's going to manipulate the situation to make us sound like we're doing something wrong or we did some fucked up shit. And
yeah, he told me you was coming on to him after he kicked you out of the room. He was like, she got to go. Right. And just me and you going to talk man to man. And he like...
What'd he say, Shaka? Now, hold on. He tried to lie and make it seem like your wife came on to him?
Yeah, like, really be actually honest, nigga. Your wife was coming on to me, but, you know, I just kept it. I just want to keep it cool. I didn't even want to go into all that. I'm like, bro, get out of here.
Yeah, he really did try to make it sound like I was the one coming on to him. And it's like, that's not true at all. I started to stay far, far away from that man as much as possible. Like, I kept my head down when he walked in the room.
See, you a good dude, man, because I would have busted his head to the motherfucking white meat. Like, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he had all my money at that time, man. He had money. I'm talking about like 30-some thousand. What you talking about? Nigga, I'm not about to sit here and let this nigga play me out 37,000. I'm going to leave with nothing? Nigga, you crazy. I'm too smart for that.
So we just want
So I'm on the finance team. So after all this, she telling me, I'm over here like, okay. Let me dot my I's and cross my T's. I put myself on timeout, and that's when I started moving money. I started I had her cancel these cards, do this, nigga. I'm sitting there, they all having a gay old time in there dancing. I'm in the garage by myself, the only nigga not doing nothing, plotting, moving bread, nigga.
So I realized that.
Right.
I realized that if we act off of our emotions in this moment, off of our emotions solely in this moment, that they can take this time to take all that money that we got and move it so that we don't have access to any of it. So I was like, let me make sure we got our shit straight first. Move the money, book the room, make sure we had everything together.
We had the Uber ready to go. We had everything.
Right, so we're not just out here like with nothing. You feel me? So,
and on top of that, we had put 10,000 aside if anything went bad anyway. Like we put 10,000 aside like for the if anything happened.
Sorry, it looks like those lights haven't been set up yet. You can
straight.
So it was like, yeah.
So y'all,
go ahead.
Y'all brought that amount of money? Y'all brought that amount of money there?
So what we did is we had a savings and we kept that savings. However, we were still getting like a residual check. So we were just giving him the checks at that point. We
was giving him the unemployment, all that other shit that everybody was doing. We was giving him the EBT, the unemployment. We was giving him all that other shit. So, but we was having our other money was just piling up on the back end at the crib. You know what I'm saying? In the accounts that we didn't give them the accounts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's seeing y'all as a cash cow, basically.
I mean, you know what one day he told me, because when I was there, I got accepted for $23,000. And then when I went back to my bank account, I had 10 more thousand in there.
So
and
it turned into 33,000.
He was like, "Yo, like Azim, you got the bag." Like he was talking about how I've been there for 2 weeks and I brought hella more money than a lot of people.
That's why he was whooping their asses around, because they was like, "Y'all ain't brought shit to the table. Y'all ain't did shit ever. Never niggas ain't brought $1."
He was like, Azim, I don't know your talent, but you brought me money, so you can stay. Like
he like, nigga, I'm taking you to the casino, nigga. Where we going?
And because I was bringing all this money, he was nice to us. Like he let us go out on dates.
He let us go on dates and shit. Nigga, like give it, nigga, whatever. Go buy what y'all want, nigga. To take somebody with y'all on a date. Shit.
I think Nature Boy cool. He just got some fucked up ways. That man got some fucked up ways for real.
What's some of his fucked up ways, if you don't mind talking about, at least one of those fucked up ways?
The way he treats women, because
They said put me on how y'all make
the way he treats the women is very fucked. Actually, the way he treats everybody, and it's really essentially the way he treats himself. But being there, the way he talks to them, like that night where he was drunk and he cursed everybody and their mama out in that room, I realized that man has some real issues. And I feel like a lot of those issues stem from how he was treated when he was in the porn industry. Okay, he let white men touch him, right? A white man.
They
I mean,
destroyed that man. They tore him apart.
that-
So at the end of the day, you know,
that
that's
shit
what
got
he's
some-
doing to everybody.
That's some deep scars.
That's what's embedded in him. The
Right.
industry took him out, so he taking everything out that touch his hands. You know, he tearing that
So-
motherfucker, booty hole, everything. He want to make sure he destroy him, nigga, to the fullest.
He was destroyed.
He
So
running
now
through him
he's
because
trying
that's
to
how they
destroy
did him in the porn industry. They ran through that boy.
So, I mean, we know about Dean Willoughby, the fake doctor from South Carolina that moved to Kansas. We know about him. We did a whole live about him.
I don't know about that shit.
That's the guy that he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
I
ain't
get
talking
that.
about
I get
Dean?
that, but I don't know no names and all that shit.
Oh, but you know the white guy that looked like a doctor with the white thing on?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you say,
They said,
you know, about that amount of money and how you was getting the money, now there was a few people put in the comments, they was like, hey, sis, teach me this, teach me that. Would you be willing to, you know, get at them? Because, you know, I don't want to divulge what it was you was doing to get money. That ain't my business.
yeah,
Well,
hit
I'm
the
gonna just
DM.
say, in Carbonation, when I was there, they made everybody apply for the SBA loan, and that's where I got that money from.
A lot of people got them SBA loans. You know what I'm saying? We
He made
created,
a- yeah,
we
they
created
made all
businesses.
apply.
We did a lot of shit. my
That's
nigga.
where I got that.
Just put it that
30,000.
way.
That's where I got
We
that
got
money.
creative with that motherfucker. We had nothing but time to get creative and figure out how to make money. When you ain't got nothing else to do but create money, nigga, you gonna figure out something. Something gonna stick eventually, nigga. And that's what it was. We was just trying everything.
So being that y'all was making money, but then the other members that he complained about that wasn't making money, what were they doing, you know, for money? Or how did they compensate that?
That's when it came to them making lives, pretty much.
They was-
At this point, if you aren't like bringing in like cash, then your only currency at that point would be your
Your
knowledge,
lives.
and whether or not how
Proclaiming
much-
the kingdom.
proclaiming the kingdom.
You ain't got no money, you better be proclaiming the kingdom and getting donations, my nigga.
This is interesting. This is more than what I'm pretty sure we all knew. That's why I said, like, they started asking questions because I'm still just sitting here like, damn. So Clubfoot moving money around now.
And
Club
I
didn't
would not
move nothing. He
recommend-
had a finance team. What you mean? He's a whole corporation. That Carbonation is a whole company. It's what y'all not understanding. Nigga, everybody had a position.
And I was gonna say that.
So it runs like a machine, like the system runs. It's run just like that.
So yeah, for the SBA loan, I wouldn't like necessarily recommend y'all do that because one, it's a loan, so you gotta pay it back, and two, yeah, you technically have to have a job. So that's the reason why I kept the money because it was in my name, and I'm gonna have to pay that shit back. So I'm gonna make sure I'm the one spending it. Okay. So yeah, you do have to pay it back. So be mindful, and you kind of have to actually. It stands for a small business association. So
Right.
they was making shit up. I'm not even gonna lie, they were making shit up so everyone can get that loan.
Wow.
I don't
Okay.
recommend doing it unless you actually have a business.
Or you can pay the loan back because the loan ain't but 10 cents
Right,
on the
right.
dollar,
Right,
nigga,
right.
for you to pay it back when you get the SBA loan.
Right.
Another question.
Now you got a $30,000 loan and you only paying $100 a month on that motherfucker.
I mean, was it a requirement? I mean, kind of. It was like
Did
they
he
called
require
you into the
membership
room and
apply
it was
for
like,
1 month?
all right,
Yeah, everybody
you're
had
doing
to apply.
this.
Hell yeah.
You're doing this. Actually, I didn't know what I was doing. He called me into the room and he was like, you know, give me your name, your birthday, and I was like, okay, sure, all right, I guess. You know, that's what we're doing. Everybody's doing it.
He said they going to jail.
They ain't going to
Yeah,
jail.
we knew about Velvet Restraint. She called us a week before that, let us know that she was about to do some weird shit. We didn't know why she was calling us and telling us, but she did.
So
Then he called me 2 days after her, which was kind of weird, you know. He called me. That's when he wanted to have a truce, like, you know, like, hey, man, I want to give you this vehicle, you know. And then after that, you know, he put that video out, you know, he wanted to expose her, you know, for being with me, I guess, you know.
Because you said that photo that was posted that people had on their page, you said that photo was leaked. So
yeah, that photo, I didn't put it out. I definitely didn't send it to him. Why would I send him the picture?
I get
I'm
that.
send that nigga something. I'm gonna send that nigga some shit.
So Velvet tried to play like you and her were in a relationship or something like that.
Velvet tried to do that. I think he tried to do that.
I was like, that's all Nature Boy.
I think Nature Boy tried to do that, make it seem like that. Velvet had nothing to do with that.
No.
So how did he get the
The
picture?
video was out until I hit her. I didn't know the video was out till my page started blowing up. And I'm driving I'm driving and I'm like, what the fuck going on with my
Yeah, we
page?
get people DMing us talking
Like,
about
nigga,
Nature Boy posted you on his page.
hey,
We're like,
nigga, go
what?
watch the live. And I'm like, all right, what the fuck? I ain't talking
So in other words, she recorded herself or took a picture, but he got access to that account because that's the only way it could be leaked.
Velvet had nothing to do with
Velvet had
that.
nothing to do because
Velvet
I
had
took the
nothing to do with
picture.
that.
It was in my phone. But I don't know how the person who got the fucking phone got that picture. Took that.
Did he have your account information, your password to your Instagram?
Nah, because I got a whole new phone since then. That's what I'm saying. Somebody that I know leaked the
Listen,
picture.
straight
man.
up, somebody leaked it.
Somebody that I know leaked
We
the picture.
trusted the information with somebody. That person leaked it. It is what it is. We
Yeah.
already had a conversation.
We
We've
cool though,
already
you know what I'm saying? We
squashed
squashed
it.
it. It's cool. We love. It's all love.
Cool. It's all love.
Because it
Shit
wasn't
happens.
done intentionally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The person gave the picture to him, but it wasn't done intentionally. It was more so because he coerced them into doing it. You know what I'm saying?
This individual thought that they could trust him, and they learned that they
He
could.
tried to play the big homie role with him. Nigga, I'm a
Yes,
real
he
nigga
did.
from the streets. You know what I'm saying? I would never put your information. I just want to see the picture. You know what I'm saying? And they sent it to him, you know? So.
Oh wow. So my last question.
Yeah, he knows though. You know what I'm saying? We both know it's a mutual friend. And it just so happened that the person, you know what I'm saying? That
Well,
person was more loyal to him than they felt to me at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Respect it.
And I can't respect because if I was loyal to somebody else and somebody told me something about a nigga that I was fucking with more than I'm rocking with you, I'm gonna definitely pass.
okay, well, I didn't ask you to come to my Bigo or none of that stuff like that. I didn't do that. I just want to clear that up so don't nobody think no crazy stuff going on.
I wasn't even looking to be in there, to be honest. I was just in there, you know, happened to go in there and, you know, I ran across you and then, you know, I was like, please God, nigga. You know? But I did see you had kicked me out this morning on YouTube. So I was like, oh, well, shit, I'm definitely going to speak to this nigga because he kicked me out and he ain't let me be heard out.
That's what's up. I love that energy. But the same energy that me and you are sharing as well as your wife right now, do you think at all that Nature Boy gonna be upset with you talking to all of us?
Yeah, because he feel like, nigga, he feel like at the end of the day, I'm going to be his friend no matter what. And he feel like that. Because he feel like, nigga, because I don't cut off no communications with nobody. I'm not blocking niggas. I'm not doing none of that. So when you pick up that phone, he can call me freely. That's why I don't understand why he didn't call me before he put that video and asked me just like a man. Like any other time, he would call me. So I'm like, why you want to put it out there all of a sudden and then throw me out there like that? And I got to answer all these questions. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think about that stuff that he said when he got mad the other day and he said he wanted to kill Velvet?
Oh, he told her that before to her face. Shit, that day at the park, shit, he told her that shit. So she knew that. She played her position how she played it. She had to do what she had to do to get what she needed to get, so she could be where she at, wherever she at right now. So at the end of the day, hey, she's still here. He didn't get a chance to do it.
And I think he's true to his word that he might do it. So I pray, Velvet, that you never go back. In the name of Jesus, amen. Like that is.
Jesus. Jesus.
Don't ever go back.
So not to be too graphical about anything, not to be too graphical, but, you know, because I remember Sybil did write the book. And when she wrote the book, that setting is with both of you were there. Both of you were there. So that moment what you're talking about, the park. So y'all were there when the physical abuse took place. I don't want you to get graphical, but y'all were there.
Yes, we was there.
So that was a real moment from that book.
Yeah.
Like I said, I totally own up. I felt like in that moment I was beating her too because I watched it happen. Like I had to take accountability for the fact that I stood there and watched it happen. When in normal, I would never want to watch a sister get beat like that. Like that was hard to watch. It really was. And like I said, I had to play my part. I had to be smart about how I moved because it was late at night. It was cold, and I just had to really move smart.
Get graphical.
Yeah.
So that moment was just, it was really hard to watch, but it happened. I own up.
He told her that night he was gonna kill her though. Like I said, when he was choking her, bitch, I'll kill you. Before you leave, bitch, you'll die.
He was choking her out. He was choking her out.
Bro, he choked her up, slammed her a few times, bro. And niggas tried to stop, you know, Pice and all them niggas tried to jump in.
People did try to jump in. They did.
You know, it was like, niggas, sit your ass down. The Truth and most of them, you know, they follow orders. Nigga, they respect their commanders. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when the commander said, nigga, let him handle his own situation, everybody fell back and was like, shit, circle up then. Shit.
And you know, in that moment,